Hello everybody, welcome to my long dormant channel. Only resurrected because I somehow lucked into getting Party Wallop, the latest collaboration between Transformers and this time Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And he is much bigger than I would have expected. Yeah, this guy is at least Voyager size, if not modern day Leader sized. The only thing that makes him not really Leader-ish is he's fairly hollow. Like, he's not super light, but he doesn't feel like really thick like some of the Leader class toys do. So he's got a lot of hollowness. His arms underneath here, his legs, there's a lot of open spaces. His backpack covers up. There's not a lot of body there. So I can understand if some people felt a little bit let down by that. But it's all the other things that this guy comes with that makes him worth what I think the price tag is. So, the packaging, I have a second one here that is for a friend of mine. But the packaging is fairly straightforward. Nice firm cardboard. Looks much more like the traditional card back. Shot of the products, the weapons and whatnot on the side. And on the back here, even though it shows all four turtles, you can make all four configurations just in the one bot. Inside the packaging, which we can see here, is the back spoiler, the front of the car, and Leonardo's swords. And I spent a good while looking through the packaging, trying to find where the other stuff was, and I was a bit concerned. But pulling it out of the package, it's all here. Okay, so you have Michelangelo's nunchucks, Raphael's sai, Donatello's terrible bow staff. It's probably the weakest weapon that we have here. It's not really inspiring me very much, but it is what it is. Just adjust that. I'm trying to do this on the fly. Okay. Also in here we have the front of the car, which just has the Ninja Turtles logo on it. But if you flip it over, it's a pizza. Adorable. Who doesn't love it? And then the four individual Ninja Turtle masks are up there. The instructions are tucked in behind the cardboard and the clamshell. So they're tucked in actually in there. So if you get yours and you're like, where are the instructions? You actually have to peel it apart to get them. All right, but the instructions are instruction-y. But the thing that kind of shocked me the most was all of this is pretty much the initial setup. So let's go through it together. I actually haven't gotten out Leonardo's swords and stuff, so I'll do that now. But yeah, so far my initial impressions are fun figure. Joints are stiff. Obviously, if you're a Ninja Turtles fan or a Transformers fan, this checks the boxes. I do have the Ecto 1 collab figure, and I do have the Back to the Future collab. I didn't get Maverick, and I didn't get Stranger Things. As I crinkle this box. Okay, here we go. Here are the pieces. Now, it's quite the assembly process. So, step one, you can take Donatello's bow staff, flip him over, open this up, and the bow staff is supposed to peg in here. Bow staff is in, and then you have the four Ninja Turtle helmets. And they go in individual slots back here. So there's a slot job for each one in the head. So I'll put Leonardo in, Donatello, Mikey. And I'm going to leave Raph out for now because Raph is my favorite. And then we close this up, and that kind of keeps them in storage for now. Then under on the underside of the shoulder panels go the nunchucks. Just tab in, tab in. Tab in, tab in. Raft's size go here. That's the right place. I'll double check that in a second. Let's fold down Leonardo's swords. Collapse the backpack up. Come on. Leonardo's swords have their tabs here, and they're going to go into the slot up here. Tab 1. Tab the other, just like that. And let me double check on Raft. Oh, foolish me. No, they go onto the wheels, not the arm panels, the wheels down here. One side and the other side. Now we do have to attach a couple of things. So the spoiler for the back of the car just slots in here. Done, straightforward. This is one of the signs that goes up top, pegs in here. And then you can, oh, I knocked a side off. And then for the truck face, you can take the little Ninja Turtle pizza thing and slot it right in place if you want. Get this kind of weird clown nose looking thing. And it's got 2 pegs that can slot into the chest. So you can either slot them in and have beefy turtle if you want. But my preference is that it's supposed to be, it can also be used as a shield. Okay, so you can flip that down, plug that into his forearm, and I just think that looks a lot better. Right, so all the weapons are stored. You've got all the different accessories on there, but you still don't have a specific Ninja Turtle. Well, this is what I really love. So if you want him to be a specific guy, just lift off the head. Take your new head and slot it into place. As I knock everything off doing one simple head swap. There you go. And then the belt buckle is one of my favorite parts. You lift up the bottom piece and it's on a rotating post. So you can swipe through all the different turtles until you get to the one you want and then drop it back down. I thought that was a really, really clever, nice touch. Now, like I said, build quality wise, I don't know that this is up there with, you know, some of the more recent like Studio Series releases or Kingdom releases or Legacy releases, but it definitely feels like a really solid figure. And when you add in all of the accessories, it doesn't feel like you've been cheaped out on. It doesn't feel like anyone has taken money from you. All the weapons, all the accessories, more than make up for it. I mean, this guy looks bulky. Like, he looks mean. He looks prepared to do damage. He looks prepared to fight. I think it's pretty good. Articulation-wise, he does have a lot of movement here. I'm just going to take off the shield so I don't knock it off. Arms go up and down, out to the side. He does have a bicep swivel. The hands move, but you can see the hands are actually on this angle. And they're on the angle permanently. Like, you can't stretch that out. It doesn't go any thicker. But they do bend in for transformation. The head is on a ball joint, so it can turn, move. He can look up a little bit, not all the way. There is waist rotation, which is limited if you have this in, because this is going to block how much he can turn. There is an ankle tilt. Legs bend up, legs bend down, knee, thigh. He does kind of have a bit of a waist joint that you can have him looking up for transformation, but not down. He is very stiff, which is nice. So like there's good quality there, but just be aware that I really am putting some force in there to get it moving. And he's flopping apart a little bit, but that's mostly because of me and the angle that I'm trying to work at here, so I can show you all the different things. Okay, let's see. Let's get down to transformation. So, transforming this guy is actually fairly straightforward. He's not an overly complicated figure. There are a few steps that you had to go through, and there's one problem that I had that I ran into. Just going to move some of these bits that have fallen off, that I will warn you about ahead of time so that you can plan accordingly when you get your own. Now, I know there is lots of storage for him, especially in robot mode. I'm not going to go into that too much here, mostly because I just haven't figured it out yet. I actually literally got this figure maybe 2 hours ago, so I haven't had much chance to play with stuff, but I'm just pumped that I have it. Okay, so how do we transform him? First things first. Let's start down below. You're going to rotate the wheel up and the foot tab in, the heel rather. Rotate the foot up, heel in. Then you adjust this part here all the way up, adjust up, and then you can gently squeeze these together. Okay? You're going to lift the backpack up and out of the way. You can tuck the head back in. It is stiff. I'm really pushing. It does go in there, but it is stiff. I had no problem getting it back out. I was just surprised that it required that much force. The arms, you're going to tuck the hand down, then rotate it at the bicep so that the window is facing up. And then the shoulder panel is going to rotate up into place. Oh, I'm lying too. We have to move the chest first. So the chest bends at the waist. And you've got a lot of truck in the way. Extend that up. Rotate the chest down. And here we go. So the arm, you lift up, rotate, and at this point you're going to slide it under that backpack up above. And this arm panel actually needs to rotate as well. So it rotates, the arm panel comes down and up under the truck mode there. These two panels you're going to want to swing out for transformation later. Sorry guys, I am no MGO, but I'm doing my best. Okay, arm up, just like that. Okay, and then you'll have the side panel there. This side should be the same thing. Arm panel in, and then up, wrist down. Okay. Everything's in place. And then we are going to squeeze the two pieces together here and push them in up under. And you can see that mostly this has sort of sorted itself out. So we have the bottom section done and the top section done. I have once again dropped a piece off, because why wouldn't I? Okay. All right, so at this point we are going to lower the robot section down in, and it will just tab in nicely. Tab in, tab in. Now here is, oh, and we can tab in the roof as well. And you can see there is a little bit of parts forming if you don't want to have that shield on. But if you do, you just take it. If you don't want to have parts form, rather, just have it ready. Put that tab up. Snap it into place, and then there are clips. Yeah, this thing does not hold together as well as I would like. Pieces pop off a lot more easily than I would like. But I'm also, again, doing it at a weird angle. Hopefully you don't have the same issues. Okay. So now that he's mostly in robot mode, there's this part here, which was the only issue that I had. And it required a little bit of minor surgery. Flip up this, flip up this. So in here, there is a, you can't see it very well, but there's a slot right here. Or sorry, a tab right here. And I had to get my knife out and file it down, because what was happening is when I would unfold this wheel and put it into place, no problem on each side. But this part would not go down. It was staying up probably at about that angle. And so when you bring this panel down to finish the transformation, it just looked awful. It was popped up. But by filing it down, it now sits flush on both sides. And then you can pop those pieces in, and it works just fine. I tried to see if there was just an error in the transformation, if I was making an adjustment that was incorrect, but it just wasn't working. Now, in terms of weapon storage and stuff like that, like I said, there's a lot of hollow space in here where you can probably store weapons and the like. Definitely you can keep storing them on the outside, like you can put Leo's swords back on the outside, that sort of thing. But I haven't had time, like I said, to go through to see if it works for the inside. Put the little sign back up here. But yeah, it rolls as rolling things should, thanks MGO. It spins, the MGO test. Yeah, man, that is annoying. But yeah, the transformation is pretty basic. You're not getting anything that is overly complicated, nothing that is going to surprise you. I didn't need to use the instructions. You can fumble your way through it, but it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's definitely pleasant. Now, size comparison-wise, I just don't have a lot with me today. Here is a Hot Wheel Ninja Turtle van. I coincidentally got out of the dust a movie masterpiece Bumblebee, because why not? That's just what I happen to have. I have a Marvel Legends Cannonball handy. I have a Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi handy. So you can see roughly kind of size-wise what he works out to. So he's a big figure. He's a big Voyager or a small leader, or it's really hard to say. He definitely feels heftier than a Voyager, but yeah, it's this weird middle space. I would say he's he reminds me similar in terms of like how the size is to the Origins Wheeljack, if you have that figure as well. But yeah, great figure, great accessories, really cool stuff on there, and a lot of fun. So if you want, I'll just transform him back quickly to robot mode. Flip up this panel twice, this panel twice, undo the here, undo here, untab the wheel, untab the wheel. You can, if you want, totally remove this. I just like it better with the chest so I can see the turtle details. Okay, untab the backpack, which is what I was trying to do. Untab the side panels, get them up and out of the way, and then break this apart in the middle so you can get those hands separated. Lower the legs, may as well finish them. Lower each foot tab, straighten the leg. You'll hear a click once it's in place. Then you can lower that, and that is the bottom half done. Upper part, you're just going to lift this up maybe a smidge higher if you can. And then the arm just will rotate out. Turn it at the shoulder there. This pad down, fold that down. Rotate out, hand up. Rotate the shoulder pad, arm down, down. These panels tuck under. Lower that. And now to get the head, you can stick your finger behind it if you need to push it. Push the head up into place. Bend this halfway down. There's a tab that goes into the slot in the back of his neck. Just got to angle it and pinch it into place. And then you can angle these. See, everything pops out, which is great for playability if you like your toys to come apart and you want to have like big action scenes and all that stuff. But it's tough if you just want to regularly pose things. You're just kind of constantly grabbing things and putting them back on. Really, they are wonderful. I definitely don't regret getting them at all. I don't think I would do 4 because 4 is excessive, and maybe I want 4. No, I don't. Talk me out of it. Anyway, I just thought you would enjoy this preview. I'm sure that MGO or Prime vs. Prime or one of the many other amazing reviewers out there will do a much better job than I do whenever they get this figure in hand. But for those of you curious now, here he is. I think he is amazing. I think he's worth the price. Like I said, a little bit more hollow than I expected, but he doesn't feel junky or flimsy. Like it's hollow in a lot of places, like you can see back here, but it doesn't feel flimsy. I definitely dig it. I think it's cool. I'm very much glad to have it in my collection, and it will take a place of importance at home. So, Cowabunga, enjoy. Peace out.